Hello and welcome back, lovely ladies. This is session 4 of our Crucial Conversation series, and I just realised I put my book away. I've been tidying up today. So this is the book, Crucial Conversations. It is a book that I absolutely love. I can tell you I've got a couple of copies here. It's a brilliant book. It's a gift that I often provide to clients, to leaders, anybody who's struggling and with either building relationships, having conversations, constant arguments, whatever else it is. Right? Such an important tool. And it's not just talk. I am trained in this. I'm trained in this. I'm trained in crucial accountability. It is so valuable and has saved so many of my time, relationships, just everything. It's just brilliant. Now, if you're joining now, pause, go back to the start. These sessions are short. They're around 10 to 15 minutes, and they literally build on each other. So we've already covered the first session, which is Get Unstuck with CPR. That is content, pattern, and relationships. Session 2, Start with Heart. Start with heart. This is about you. This is about how you start. Week 3 is Mastering My Stories. What am I telling myself? You know, what am I missing? What am I not asking? This week, we're actually stepping into the action phase. How to speak up honestly and confidently without pushing people away or blowing the whole thing up. This one is called State My Path. And for some of you, this might be the hardest one yet. Why? Because it means being honest and open, clear and kind, and it takes practice, okay? So let's do a quick check-in. Drop me a tick emoji if you're staying engaged. Give me a some other emotional emoji if it's been an emotional growth week, and know what it is. Give me a stop sign if you struggle to apply the tools. This week, I invite you to reflect on this. What conversation have you been softening or perhaps sugarcoating, just trying to keep the peace? Or on the flip side, where have you been blunt and shut another person down? This session is actually about balance. You can say what's real without being rude, okay? You can disagree without being disrespectful. But it takes skill. It takes skill, self-awareness, and, my lovelies, some moxie, a little bit of courage. Now, this is where most of us get stuck. You either speak too softly and don't get hurt, or you speak too strong and shut people down. State My Path helps you speak clearly without the ego taking over. Now, remember, the ego is a good thing. It can help us. But when it's just about us, it means we're only focusing on us. That's the ego taking over. You're not just downloading your opinion. What you're doing is you're opening up a shared space for dialogue, for communication, for building relationship. And let's be real, that's not how most of us were raised or role modeled. We were shut down. We were told to shut up and listen, do as I say, not as I speak. So many different ways. It was a whiplash. It was an inconsistency. So let me go to my whiteboard and state my path. These 5 steps form the very backbone of State My Path. Right, you're going to start with share your facts. Start with what is concrete, observable, and neutral. Okay? Facts are the least threatening way to actually lead into any conversation. Next, you're going to tell your story. It's explain what you're making those facts mean. This is really what you would call, this is your truth, not the truth, not the truth. This is your truth, my truth, okay? Now, you ask for others' paths. Open the door. You're not there to win. You're there to understand. And you would like to be understood too. So talk tentatively. No lecturing. Right, let's stop with the generalization. No, you always or you never. Please don't generalize. You're going to shut the conversation down and somebody's going to become defensive, offensive, walk away. They're going to do a whole load. Use language that shows that you're open, not certain. Okay? Then we're going to encourage testing. What this does, it invites the other person to disagree or offer another view. This builds safety and keeps the conversation collaborative. Now I've got some key reminders on here. Start with the facts, okay? Always start with the facts. Facts before your feelings. You're going to share your stories, not the accusations that you've got. How are you feeling? How have you taken this? Then invite theirs. Be curious. You want to be open. You want to be listening to them. So it's not about your ego and you downloading your opinion. It's about opening the conversation, creating a safe space. Oh, that's one of the other ones that's coming up. I love it. And inviting, others to share their own stories, right? All, my lovelies, without judgment. If you're asking other people to not judge, then you have to expect to be doing the same thing. So let's say your partner is like always on their phone during dinner. Instead of, saying, you never listen to me, try something like, I've noticed you've been on your phone during dinner the last few nights. I felt like I was eating alone, even though you were here. Is there something on your mind or something that needs your attention right now? You've stated your path, you've left space for theirs, and you've actually made it safe to talk. See where I'm coming from? So let's say at work, someone is missing deadlines and it's affecting the projects. Instead of you're unreliable and dragging the team down, try something like, the report was due Friday and I didn't receive it until Tuesday. That delay meant the client presentation had to be pushed back. Can we talk about what's happening and how we can improve this? It's fact, it's honest, and opens the door without judgment. You might be able to hear the rainbow lorikeets. They're going nuts outside. So, sorry, can't control nature. So ask yourself, where have I been too soft, protecting others' feelings whilst betraying my own needs? Where have I been too strong, stating my opinion like a fact and shutting people down? Kind of what would it look like, to find that middle ground between the two? Truth with kindness, honesty with curiosity. What would it like? What would it be like? So this week, you're going to pick one real situation. Write out your path using these whiteboard prompts. What are the facts? What's your story? And how can you tentatively say it and invite the dialogue and conversation? My biggest piece of advice here, practice it first. In front of the mirror, record yourself, say it out loud, write it in a journal. Role play in the mirror is really good, or even with a trusted friend. These are skills. And just like any skills, they get easier with repetition. So the more you do it, the more comfortable you get with it. Remember, practice makes progress. And practice creates confidence. So stay my path is where confidence actually lives. It's the moment that you trust yourself enough to say you're actually saying what's true instead of couching it, avoiding it, softening it. It's the moment that you trust yourself enough to say what's true, and you care about the relationship enough to say it well. This is not about being sweet. This is about being strong and clear without shutting others down. So next week is we're jumping into one of my favorites. Do you get the impression that this is all my favorites? But we're digging into make it safe, because I've fallen foul to this, because even if you say all the right things, people won't hear you if they feel threatened or judged. Just think about your own experiences. If you feel threatened or judged, what happens to you? So next week, we're going to focus on making it safe. So for now, practice. Be real, be kind, be clear, and keep doing the work. I will see you next week when we talk about make it safe.